Hello, young people. How many of you have ever heard of West Side Story? Into the Woods? Sweeney Todd? Well, did you know that one man wrote the music for all three of these shows? Do any of you know who that is? That's right, Stephen Sondheim.
Isn't it rich? Are we a pair?
Born in 1930 in New York, Stephen Sondheim was a very talented musician from the time. He was the same age as many of you. When he was just 10 years old, he was mentored by Oscar Hammerstein and later by Leonard Bernstein, with whom he had his first Broadway successes. At this time, much of his music sounded like the standard Broadway fare of his mentors.
I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. And
the Broadway music of the time was based mostly on the popular music of the time, simple, tuneful, and with a pretty small orchestra. But Sondheim's later work in the 1970s started to borrow a little more from the classical music tradition. Take this theme from Sweeney Todd, for example.
Swing your razor wide, Sweeney, hold it to the skies. Freely flows the blood.
If you listen closely, you can hear a descending sequence of notes that might feel a bit scary or foreboding. Now take a listen to this. The tunes are the same, but one is nearly 1,000 years old, and one was composed by Sondheim just 30 years ago. It is clear that Sondheim may have taken a few ideas from some pretty fantastic composers of a different time. Now contrast these prior examples to this.
A weekend in the country.
But it's frightful.
No, you don't understand. A weekend in the country is delightful if it's planned. Wear your hair down like a flower. Don't use makeup, dress in white. She'll grow older by the hour and be hopelessly shattered by Saturday night. Spend a weekend in the country.
We'll accept it.
I had a feeling you would.
A weekend in the country. Yes! It's only polite that we should.
Good.
Now, what a fun tune that was! What are some adjectives we might use to describe this? Bright, happy, exciting? Quite possibly all of these would be fitting. A Weekend in the Country, from Sondheim's A Little Night Music, shows us that he not only used themes from the past, but exciting new tunes of today. It's nice when things don't have to quite be so serious.
And so you can see Sondheim was both a brilliant visionary and someone with a deep respect for the past. He used his old classical musical themes as a form of inspiration to evoke emotions that have been established for thousands of years. Pairing with these themes are colorful and new ideas that evoke those happy feelings we talked about earlier. I want to thank you all for listening to our video. I hope you enjoyed your time with us as much as we enjoyed our time with you.